Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. As you guys know, Shannon Sharpe is a LeBron guy, Laker guy by proxy. And he's been one of the people that's been kind of on the Lakers train. Oh, man, Lakers been looking good. Lakers been looking good. Lakers been looking good, right? But then something happened yesterday that I don't think any of us saw. We knew that the Lakers playing against Oklahoma City Thunder would be a competitive game. We knew that both teams going in had something to play for. We knew that OKC wanted to secure the number one seed. We knew that the Lakers were doing everything in their power to lock in that third seed. We knew this already. What we didn't know was that the Lakers were going to give up 82 points in the first half and get routed by 43 points. The Lakers got mollywopped. It was crazy. The Thunder made the Lakers look like, why are they even on the same floor with us? It was that jarring of a defeat. And in the immediate aftermath of this, Shannon Sharpe, who was a LeBron guy, took to his show on Nightcap with Joe Johnson, and he damn near had a total mental breakdown on the show. For those of you who didn't hear what Shannon had to say to Joe Johnson, take a listen to the sound here, and we'll come back and we'll all laugh together. Take a listen to Shannon here.
Mm-hmm. And they big boy, they big brother the Lakers tonight. Just to let them know, look, y'all keep having y'all little cute season y'all got going on, but trust me, y'all better stay in that third spot. This is why I tell you, they better stay in that third spot.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, so that way they play two and not have to deal with one because they're not beating. Now, maybe in L.A., the games might be closer, but I think it's a sweep. And I agree with everything that you said, Joe, because when you look at what the OKC, they got 70-plus points from their bench. I mean, guys played 13 minutes. Isaiah Joe played 13 minutes.
20.
And had 20 points. Jay Mitchell had 16 minutes. He had 10 points. I mean, guys, they're getting whatever they want, however they want. They're getting to the rim. Offensive rebound, 50 to 20, 50 to 38. It was embarrassing. And like you said, look, we understand, Lakers. Y'all won 14 games in April. Luka is a Western Conference player of the month.
Yeah.
But there's levels to this now. You're right.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? I just want you to know. And like you said, ooh, bad. Ooh, that's nice. But when you look, everybody looks good. And the bodybuilder, like everybody look good when they're standing by themselves.
There you go.
Now you get your ass on stage with 5-10 other guys.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, well, like, damn, my back don't look as good as I thought it did. This front lat spread don't look as good. This muscular don't look as good. So the Lakers playing you're not playing the Thunder. So beating Cleveland or beating Indiana or beating the Knicks. Oh man, damn! Look at the Lakers.
Yeah.
Had me hyped. Yeah. I was hyped for a first round.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe they can beat San Antonio, and I don't believe they can beat OKC. Do I believe they can beat anybody else in the playoffs? Yes. Yeah. But with a caveat. You mess around and drop back to the fourth spot, and you got to deal with the Nuggets with the way the Nuggets are playing, and now they done got everybody back. Yeah, you're not seeing the Nuggets either.
You don't want them problems. Man, listen.
Joe, they got up 100. Joe, the Thunder got up 102 shots. I don't remember the last time I saw somebody get up 102. 102 shots. Man, 54% from the floor, 45% from the three, and they only shot 13 free throws. Shea shot 25 by himself the other night. So if you really look at it, it was an off night for the Thunder, and they got 139.
Fantastic. So you heard what Shannon Sharpe had to say. My thing is this, and I said this on a live 2 days ago. I feel like we have been here before. Sincerely. I feel like we've gotten excited over the Lakers. They've looked good going into April or going into the playoffs rather, and then they flame out. Wasn't it just Shannon Sharpe last year on ESPN talking about not 5, not 6, not the Popeyes, chicken, French fries, whatever, Lakers and 5? You remember that? You remember that? Bro, people were celebrating in the streets that LA was going to be playing Minnesota in round one. Oh, we got this, man. We got this. Pass me the honey. I got it. And they just kept on like twerking it up all over the streets, hanging on top of light poles, shaking. You could see sparks flying in the air, passing around honey sticks. It was disgusting. And then what happened? They went into that series and they got brutalized. And then all of a sudden you can find these dudes. And the thing that gets me is this. Why don't people just remain quiet until the games start? I feel like people get ahead of themselves. People were talking about LeBron James is doing something that I have never imagined he could do. He took a step back. I've never seen a player take a step back before in my career. This is unbelievable. LeBron is a glue. Some guys are even trying to give LeBron James the credit for the Lakers' success. So even when Luka went out in that game with a hamstring injury, and some people say, no, he faked it, whatever, LeBron was still on the court. What did he do? Well, let's look at the box score. What did LeBron do? LeBron finished that game with 13 points on 42%, 3% shooting, with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block, 1 steal. He had no effect on the game. But to be fair, neither did anyone. Austin Reaves was a no-show. But to be frank with you, it was hard to show up in that game when you were playing. I mean, the Thunder had the Lakers on their heels the entire game. It was definitely hard for the Lakers to gain a foothold and a toehold in that game. And I think if Shannon Sharpe and these guys are going through it now, y'all going to be going through a lot. Because you better hope your man LeBron and these guys don't fall to the 4 seed or the 5 seed. You better pray, because if they play Denver, I'm saying it now, April the 3rd, if the Lakers play Denver in round 1, they're losing. They're not going to be able to beat Denver. Forget about that miraculous tip-in shot that Austin Reaves had. That is not going to happen again. You can throw that probability in the trash can. And I'll also say this. Even if the Lakers go on to beat, for example, because they're going to be playing OKC again, or let's say they run the table for the rest of the season, because I think the Lakers only have 5 or 6 more games, I would keep my mouth shut, because I feel like what ends up happening is that people set themselves up for disappointment. And to be fair, the media plays a role in this. People set themselves up for disappointment. They think, oh, this team is going to go out there and they're going to do this, we're going to do that, but it's going to be crazy. And then when things don't pan out the way we would like them to, all of a sudden we start pointing blame. Well, the problem is you expected too much. And then when the thing that you expected doesn't happen, all of a sudden, oh man, the Lakers suck, man. And this, no. You thought too much of them. But to be fair, I can also understand, because they were playing very well. Yesterday, the Lakers got mollywopped. I mean, they got mauled by the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they got beaten by 43 or 42 points. It was a certified ass whooping. And you could almost predict what the reaction was going to be from the media, because Charles Barkley had been saying this. Remember, Charles Barkley was like, when the Lakers went on their run, he was like, man, I'm going to be so sick and tired of these people praising the Lakers and saying that they're good. Because Charles has been saying he doesn't believe that they're good despite their record. So when they lost to OKC, you could pretty much predict that was going to be the sentiment from the media. I just opened up the internet and I saw an article from Fadeaway. It says Lakers players ratings. Luka limps off in an embarrassing wake up call loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It continues on quickly. It says this might have been a wake up call that critics of the purple and gold were waiting for. The Los Angeles Lakers ran off the floor by the Oklahoma City Thunder in a 139-96 blowout, a game that felt over long before the final buzzer. What made it worse was the context. Luka Doncic struggled before limping off the court. The offense never found a rhythm, and defense collapsed possession after possession. Oklahoma City shot 44% from the field, and the Lakers, 45 from 3, while the Lakers limped to 43% shooting and 23 from deep. That wasn't just a bad night. That was a performance that raises real questions about whether we might have been overrating the Lakers a little bit too much as the playoffs approach. So now we're hearing people saying, wait a minute, are we overrating them? All right. After hyping them into the high heavens. Right. So you got that. And I was waiting to hear what they were going to say on ESPN. And of course, they didn't disappoint. So ESPN First Take decided to broach the subject of the Lakers getting mauled by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Well, you can just pretty much predict it. I don't even have to prep it for you. Take a listen to these guys here.
But in this moment, does this blowout tell you more about the Lakers or the Thunder? Stephen A., what do you think?
Well, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, that was an ass kicking last night. That was a romp. Now, you can sit up there. I mean, we're going to talk about Luka and all the stuff. What we not going to do is gloss over that ass whipping that the Oklahoma City Thunder, the reigning, defending NBA champions, placed on the Los Angeles Lakers. Charles Barkley has never looked this good. He has never looked this good. Weeks ago, he got on all of us, sitting up there talking about the Lakers. He said, oh, my God, the Lakers win. I hope they don't win, because if they win, we're going to have these fools on television talking about their contenders. I'm still not going to sit up there and summarily dismiss them. It is one game. But the Oklahoma City Thunder showed up last night and said, there's levels to this. We are sick and tired of the damn noise. Let's pump the brakes and understand. There's a difference between who the hell we are and who the hell they are. The Lakers were down at the half by 30, getting their asses whipped. I mean, it was a stomp, okay? And it was almost so that it's a good thing that Luka actually got hurt and had to get taken out in the third quarter, because when we saw him holding his hamstring in the first half, a lot of us were like, wait a minute now, that wasn't happening when you were dropping 30 plus the last 12, 13, 15 games, but suddenly now your damn hamstring is hurt. We were looking at it with a raised eyebrow, because an ass kicking will do that to you. It will make you humble. It will make you run for cover. It will make you want to run to the locker room. It will make you pretend you got to use the bathroom. It will make you pretend that something might be a family emergency or anything, just to get away from those confines. That's the kind of ass whipping we saw last night. And they came into this game, and we wanted to see whatever it was that we wanted to see from the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, here's the thing. Either we didn't see it, or we actually did see a preview of what's to come if the Lakers fall to the 4th seed and they lucky enough to get out of the first round, and they got to face those brothers in the second round. Big Perk, they came to the Lakers like this. Luka, they heard all the noise about the Luka averaging 39 and all. They're like, we gonna put a stop to that stuff right now. And they did it from opening tap, period.
Well, a few things. Number one, I'm glad the Oklahoma City Thunder did get on the Lakers' behinds like back pockets, so that now the annoying Laker fan base could stay out of my mentions on social media. That's number one. Number two, this was all about the Lakers, right? When you think about what this buildup has come to for us, what they've been doing over the last month and a half, and Luka playing at an MVP level, what we witnessed is that we saw that it's levels to this. And when I say levels to this, when I look at the Lakers, their second round exit, that's their ceiling, a second round exit. Do people understand their record against the Thunder this year is 0-3? Do people understand their record against the Spurs this year is 1-3? The Lakers don't scare a soul, even on Halloween. And when it comes to a bigger picture, let's talk big picture here, because we know that the Lakers are not going to win a championship this year. Listen, we see that. It's going to be hard for them. They're not going to beat OKC or the San Antonio Spurs in the 7-game series. And hell, they might have to even face the Nuggets. And depending on Luka's status for his hamstring injury, we don't know when he's going to come back. They might have to face a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they might get out. And we damn sure know without Luka, they're not going to beat them in the first round series. Big picture here, though, Stephen A.
So you heard what they had to say. What are my thoughts about this? The media does this, it seems like, every single year. They get ahead of themselves, and then when things don't pan out, all of a sudden it's, oh, what happened? This guy isn't good. That guy isn't any good. Look, guys, looking at the Western Conference, if you're looking at this thing dispassionately, the teams that are clearly better than the Lakers, clearly better, are the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Now, to me, I think there are 3 definitive teams better than them. OKC, the Spurs, and I think the Nuggets are better. Forget the fact that they have identical records. Denver is a better team. That's me. And I'm saying it from the standpoint of if they were to play LA in the playoffs, they would beat them. That's what I mean, right? That's what I mean. But what happens is the Lakers get hot. Media members begin to ride the waves. They start making a whole bunch of pro-Laker content, right? And then they start promising all of these things that are going to happen. And then when it doesn't pan out, they look for who to blame. Oh, JJ doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Oh, Luka Doncic is washed. Oh, LeBron is older than dirt. Oh, and that's what happens. When instead, if they just looked at this situation honestly, you would know the Lakers are a good team. There's no doubt about it. They're a good team. The problem is they're better teams than them. The reason why people may feel that the Lakers are better than they are is because we don't spend much time talking about the other teams. So we're kind of unaware. Then when we play a team like this, it catches us unawares, and then all of a sudden everybody's shocked. You shouldn't be shocked. This shouldn't be an epiphany or eureka moment. No, like OKC is the real deal, Holyfield, and they're playing for something. They're trying to secure the number 1 seed. And last night they showed it. The Lakers looked like they couldn't get out of there fast enough. The Lakers got beat pretty bad. And everyone in media is kind of reacting about it. And people are kind of giving their thoughts and blah, 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 blah. Everybody's talking about it, right? But one of the people that decided to take in a different direction was ESPN's Kendrick Perkins. So on ESPN First Take this morning, they were talking about the loss and all of that. So at the end of that analysis, or the post-game analysis, so to speak, Kendrick Perkins decided to veer the conversation in a different direction, which was the Lakers' future. As you guys know, Los Angeles has made it, or rather the Lakers have made it 100% clear that Luka's going to be their guy going into the future. There's no doubt about it. And Luka's doing his part. He's dropped the weight. The guy looks good. He's been playing very well, putting up historic numbers. He just scored 600 points in a month. So Luka's been playing up to his, to the billing. He's been earning his salary, so to speak. He's been doing his thing. But Kendrick Perkins began to raise questions about someone else. Luka included, but someone else as well, which is Austin Reaves. As you guys know, Austin Reaves, rumors have it, is that he's going to opt out of his contract this summer to become a free agent to try to get some max dollars, right? And Kendrick Perkins is essentially saying here, he's wondering if the Lakers going all in and Luka and Reaves as a duo may be a mistake. So what we want to do is we want to play the sound for you now, and then we're going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Kendrick here.
Big picture here, though, Stephen A. Shay. Last night showed me that if you're the Lakers, you cannot invest all your money into Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic as your 2 franchise guys going forward if you're expecting to win a championship. Those 2 guys cannot be your franchise guys taking up majority of your dollars and take you to the promised land. I hope Austin Reaves get all the money in the world because I'm a fan of Austin Reaves. I believe he's a hooper. I believe he's one of the best, one of the better offensive players, one of the better offensive players in the game today. But if we're talking big picture and we're talking about the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, that moment last night and their record against the top 2 seeds in the Western Conference should remind them or have them rethink things for us who's going to be leading the charge in the near future when it comes down to their 2 franchise guys.
Well, Perk, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you at all, but I do love the fact that AR has elevated his level of play to the degree that he has because it gives the Los Angeles Lakers a tremendous asset to potentially move for additional pieces because we know Luka ain't going anywhere. But it definitely, AR, you know what? He would command a lot if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. So since you don't have that much draft capital, you got LeBron James approaching free agency. You got Austin Reaves, as a commodity that you have in your staple that you could go and get big time assets in return for. I think the Lakers are still in a good position, obviously, and I think their ceiling is deep in the second round. I think we'd be remiss in neglecting to bring up J.J. Redick because a lot of people, as far as I'm concerned, he's done an exceptional job this year. We all know, we all got love for J.J. Listen, there's a lot of people that's questioning what he should have done with Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic was grabbing his hamstring in the first half. J.J. Redick did say that he received treatment on the hamstring at halftime and was cleared by the team's medical staff to continue playing. So we're not going to point the finger at J.J. The medical staff cleared Luka Doncic to play. That's why he was out there. Now, here's to me is the reason why he might not should have been out there. Because they were getting their ass kicked. That's why. They were down 23 in the first quarter. They were down over 30 at halftime. I'm sitting up there, and they down over 40. Over 40 in the third quarter. As far as I'm concerned, they came into Oklahoma City waving the white flag. It was bad. It was bad. Now, we wish Luka nothing but the best, no doubt about that. We know that he's had these injuries before. He ain't faking. I'm certainly not trying to imply that. I'm just trying to say that kind of ass kicking will tempt you to want to find an excuse to leave. That's all I'm saying. But we know the injury is serious, and it's a bad situation for the Los Angeles Lakers to be in right now because who knows when that's going to get better. That's a hamstring injury, Big Perk. It takes a lot longer than people realize sometimes to heal from that in all seriousness. No doubt.
Good. You heard what Kendrick had to say. Let me say this. I have to ask before we get into what he said, is this a prisoner of the moment reaction? Because over the last 2 weeks, you didn't hear these sentiments. Hell, over the last 2.5, 3 weeks, you didn't hear anybody asking these questions. Is it because the Lakers got body slammed by the Oklahoma City Thunder that now all of a sudden we're asking this question? Or is this something that you've been thinking all along, and then this game became like the final nail in the coffin where you're like, okay, it's evident now. So I'm kind of wondering about that. It's just something that, a prisoner moment kind of thing. So you got that. In terms of his question, however, well, look, guys, you make decisions. Sometimes you get them right. Sometimes you get them wrong. Look at the Clippers. The Clippers went all in on Kawhi Leonard based on what they saw him do in Toronto. They thought it was going to work. It didn't. All right. So at the end, they end up looking like fools for it. Another one, the Dallas Mavericks. They traded away Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was a catastrophic trade. Right? A catastrophic trade. I think I saw a data set where they said Luka has scored more points in March than AD has scored as a Dallas Maverick. That's crazy, right? So they made a decision, and Nico Harrison and these guys paid the price for it. And in this case with the Lakers, we're going to have to see because they're going to have to make some kind of decision. Reaves is who they have right now. Right now, if it turns out that the Lakers may find a better suitor for the team and maybe decide to sign and maybe trade him or just trade, I don't know, then we have to see. But I'm just a little bit skeptical of the timing of the question. I can understand if you ask this question at the end of the season and let's say the Lakers get bounced in round one. Then I think it's a legitimate question to ask. But to ask it right now, right after they lost, it makes me wonder, hey, wait a minute. Are you just saying this because of what you saw last night? Because that's essentially what's going to happen. Shannon Sharpe is over there falling apart. All of these other media people are falling apart. All of these guys that had the Lakers winning the title or they could go to the finals, and they're all falling apart just after one loss. Then that means you didn't really believe in the team. Denver is behind the Lakers in the standings. They're the number 4 seed, and I think Denver's better than LA. Even being behind them, even after they lost to them the last time they played, I still believe Denver is better. I still believe that. So I'm not just going off on a whim or a game that happened. Like no. So that's my only question. In terms of that, well, the Lakers are going to have to make a decision on something, and they're going to have to live with it. Who knows what the results of that decision are going to be? We don't know. We just have to wait and see ultimately what pans out from it. It was just, I believe, day before yesterday, I did a live where I was talking about, I forgot the main topic, but I began to talk about the Lakers. And as you guys know, the Lakers have been pretty hot over the last 2-3 weeks now. At one point, they were 9-1 out of their last 10. They had beaten some very tough opponents like the Denver Nuggets, the Houston Rockets back to back. They beat another team that was pretty good, but I forgot the name of the team. So they were looking very good. But then I said on the live show, I said, I feel like we've been here before. I said it on the live. I said, I feel like we've been here before because I think for the last 2-3 years, there's always been this hype around the Lakers going into the playoffs in April. Oh, man, the Lakers are good, man. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. I remember what the year where they were saying the Lakers were trying to dodge the Clippers, or the other year where people were celebrating, oh, man, the Lakers are going to be playing the Wolves. Yeah, we're going to knock them out. We're going to knock them out. And then they get there. And then, they beat them in 5 games. So I had this kind of like trepidation about the entire thing, right? So as you guys know, the season is coming to a close pretty quickly. There are only a few games left, and various teams are trying to secure various spots in terms of seeding. So if you look at the Western Conference picture right now, it's Oklahoma City Thunder at number 1, Spurs at number 2, Lakers at number 3, Denver Nuggets at number 4. So going into that game, it was known that the Oklahoma City Thunder were going to play hard because they wanted to secure the number 1 spot. Mind you, they're only 2 losses ahead from the Spurs in the loss column. So they could still potentially fall. So they had something to play for. In terms of the Lakers, they also had something to play for because they don't want to fall. Right? They don't want to fall. You don't want a situation where, for example, you fall to the 5th seed. Because if you fall to the 5th seed, likelihood is you're going to play the Denver Nuggets in round 1. And I think if the Lakers play Denver in round 1, I think the Lakers are going to lose. I don't think the Lakers are going to be able to beat Denver. Forget about the fact that Austin Reaves had that miraculous put back, whatever it is. That's just not going to happen in a 7-game series. And so going into that game, there was a lot of hype, and a lot of people were like, yeah, the Lakers are going to do this, Lakers are going to do that. People have been hyping them all throughout the week. Luka had been climbing up the MVP ladder, and it was just kind of like excitement about the Lakers. And I was like, I can understand people being excited, but I'm like, we also got to pay attention to history here. So what happens? They go into the game against Oklahoma yesterday, and it was a total bloodbath from the tip-off all the way till the end of the game. By halftime, the Lakers had scored 51. They had given up 82 points. They gave up an average of 41 points in a quarter in the first half. The game was over, I believe, after the first 6 minutes, the game was done. It was done. It was done. And the Lakers got manhandled by the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's no 2 ways to say it. They got manhandled. If you looked at the game and if you watched the game, SGA had 21 points in the first half. Jalen Williams had 10. Dort had 14. AJ Mitchell had 10. In terms of threes, they couldn't miss. OKC made 9 threes in the first half. Whereas the Lakers, they couldn't buy themselves a bucket. Luka Doncic came out as cold as ice. He was super cold from the field. Then eventually Luka got hurt where he pulled his hamstring. I think it was in the first half or the second half. I don't remember, right? And if you look at the total box score, meaning the full game, Oklahoma City routed the Lakers. And for a team that has been this promoted, they're going to do what they're going to do well. When you play against the real competition where something is on the line, you can't get beaten by over 40 points. That's just not. The Lakers got beaten by 43 points. That cannot happen. It just can't happen. It just cannot happen. That was a statement game for Oklahoma, and it was also a statement game for the Lakers, but they made the wrong statement. It was an ass whooping. They took them to the back of the shed and beat the living hell out of them. Literally, they didn't even beat them with they beat them with the broom. It was bad. And now what you will notice is that all of a sudden now people want to change their picks. So, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later. But if you're the Lakers, you can't have this. Now, here's where it gets worse. The Lakers are separated between the 3 and the 5th seed by just 2 losses. Just 2. Now, if we look at the Rockets, excuse me, who are they facing to close out the season? They have 6 more games. They're playing the Jazz. They're playing the Warriors, the Suns, the Sixers, the Wolves, the Grizzlies. If you look at the Nuggets, they're going to be playing the Jazz, the Spurs, who they could lose to. Then you have Portland, Memphis. Then you have the Thunder. Then you have the Spurs. So the Lakers could luck up there. In terms of the Lakers, however, if I'm the Lakers, you got to win every single game because their next game is against the Mavs, which they should win. And we got to think about Luka if he's going to be available or not. We'll see. Then you have the Thunder. You have to win that game. You have the Warriors. You have to win that game. You have the Suns and the Jazz. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm trying to win every single game. You don't want this game to have a carryover effect where you get in a rut and then all of a sudden you start dropping games. Now, LA is not going to fall all the way to number 6. I doubt. I mean, they could because between the 6 and the 3 seed is only separated by 3 losses. They could. But if I'm LA, I want to ensure I don't play Denver. If the playoffs are starting, I would rather take my chances with Houston or I'll take my chances with Minnesota. You don't want to play Denver. I'm sorry. I don't think the Lakers can beat Denver. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. They haven't shown it. They have played the Nuggets 2 times in the playoffs over the last 4 years, and it's been a bloodbath. They got swept, and then they got beat 4-1. They've beaten them 8 out of 9 games. They've beaten them. So if I'm the Lakers, you want to avoid the Nuggets at all cost. I don't care how well Luka's playing. I don't care how well Reaves is playing. They don't have an answer. Well, let me repeat. They don't have an answer for Nikola Jokic. And let me just talk about Nikola Jokic for a quick second here. Just day before yesterday, I was doing a live and I cannot believe how good of a player Nikola Jokic is. I get that he's not a defensive guy, but let me tell you something. This guy's averaging a triple-double at the center position. A triple-double at the center position. And he's done it 2 years in a row. Why am I saying that the Lakers don't have a chance against Nikola Jokic? And I'm going to tell you this. If you look at the box score yesterday, there's someone that stood out to me, which is the most useless Laker player that they have. DeAndre Ayton. In 20 minutes, Ayton had 8 points, get this, guys, and 1 rebound. How are you a 7-foot guy and you finish the game with 1 rebound in 20 minutes? In 20 minutes. He got out-rebounded by his forwards. So to me, if you think Ayton is the one that you're going to put to stop Nikola Jokic, you're cooked. You're cooked. That's my fear. And the whole thing of doubling Jokic is not going to work. You double him, he is going to pick you to pieces. This was a bad loss. And I hope some people now kind of calm down because some people are getting a little bit too hype. Let's not forget, those other teams are better.